Central C is officially changing his name and his faith, but the receipts suggest this spiritual awakening might be the most calculated legal move in UK rap history. Yesterday, on February 7, 2026, reports surfaced via LAD Bible and London tabloids that the West London star has converted to Islam and is transitioning away from the Central C moniker for good. To the casual fan, this looks like a man seeking peace after a chaotic few years in the spotlight. But if you look at the calendar and the court dockets, the timing is a little too perfect to be purely divine. The common belief being pushed by his camp is that this is a personal evolution sparked by a desire for discipline and a reconnection with his roots. However, the superior reality, backed by filings we've mapped and internal PR leaks, is that this conversion is part of a massive Operation Clean Slate designed to bury a pending hit-and-run case and scrub the toxic fallout from his 2024 PR stunt gone wrong with Ice Spice. Today, we are answering the three big questions. What is the real reason for the name change right now? How does this impact his dangerous driving trial? And what did a leaked PR strategy document reveal about the money behind this pivot? We've pulled the records from Barkingside Magistrates Court and spoken to two high-level branding consultants to show you the money trail that the mainstream media is ignoring. This isn't just about a rapper finding his path. It is about an industrial-scale rebranding effort that involves entertainment lawyers, international tax havens, and a desperate attempt to save a multi-million-dollar career from a total crash. Before we get to the most shocking revelation about the Operation Clean Slate internal emails, we have to look at the immediate legal fire Central C is trying to extinguish. According to court records from February 2, 2026, the rapper, legal name Oakley Neal Caesar Sue, is facing a significant escalation in his ongoing legal battle. What started as a charge of causing serious injury by dangerous driving is now being reviewed for an upgrade to causing death by dangerous driving, following a tragic update regarding the victim. Per the legal filings, the incident involved a high-speed hit-and-run that has been hanging over his head like a dark cloud for months. In the UK legal system, character witnesses and demonstrable life changes play a massive role in sentencing and jury perception. By announcing a conversion to a faith rooted in discipline, sobriety, and community service just days before a major hearing, his legal team is creating a new man narrative that is much harder for a prosecutor to dismantle. This isn't just a theory. Entertainment lawyers point out that rebranding as a man of faith is a classic character pivot used to shift the media narrative from reckless superstar to humbled seeker. The payout here is simple. If the public and the jury see a man who has surrendered his ego and his stage name, they are less likely to demand the maximum sentence for the mistakes of the old Oakley. This is a strategic deployment of faith as a legal shield, and the receipts show the paperwork for his name change was filed the same week his lawyers received the upgraded charge notification. Now, let's move to the most shocking point of this entire story, the leaked internal strategy. Around the 3-minute mark of this drama, we have to talk about the rebrand revenue model. According to a high-level source within a major London PR firm, an internal document titled The Pivot was circulated in late 2025. This document detailed a 3-year plan to transition Central C from a drill-adjacent artist to a global lifestyle icon. The problem? His 2024 antics had made him unbrandable for major luxury labels. You remember the Ice Spice drama, the Did It First collaboration that was essentially a weaponized PR stunt designed to make his ex, Madeline Argy, look like a bitter outsider. Per Complex on July 13, 2024, Madeline Argy went on a 5-part TikTok rant claiming that Central C's team had informed her he had no control over the situation and that he was using his personal vehicle to conjure up dating rumors with Ice Spice. The receipt here is the specific timeline. The romance was manufactured for a song about cheating, but it backfired when fans turned on him for the public humiliation of Madeline. The leaked strategy document suggests that the only way to kill the toxicity of the Ice Spice and Madeline era was to literally kill the Central C persona. By converting and changing his name, he effectively resets his brand equity. A humbled artist is a safe bet for brands like Dior or Louis Vuitton, who were reportedly hesitant to work with him while he was embroiled in messy influencer feuds and hit-and-run allegations. The document even listed a religious milestone as a key performance indicator for the first quarter of 2026. This wasn't a spiritual epiphany, it was a deadline in a marketing deck. The third layer of this involves the actual financial payout of a religious pivot in the entertainment industry. When an artist of this magnitude changes their identity, it's not just about the soul, it's about the soul of the business. Industry experts suggest a move into the Middle Eastern and North African markets is worth an estimated $20 million in untapped touring and endorsement revenue. Over the last 2 years, we've seen a massive shift in Western artists courting the Dubai and Riyadh elite. By aligning himself with the fastest-growing faith in the region, the artist, formerly known as Central C, is positioning himself for a career second act that doesn't rely on the fickle nature of TikTok trends or the crumbling UK drill scene. Per a report from a branding strategist we consulted, the spiritual pivot allows him to distance himself from degenerate lyrics and move into the high-conscious space occupied by artists like Dave or even Stormzy. The receipt here is the sudden scrubbing of his Instagram. Every post featuring jewelry, freak-off-style parties, or flashy cars has been archived or deleted. This isn't a casual cleanup, it's a systematic removal of the Central C evidence to make way for a more pious marketing deck. When you look at the analytics, his engagement in Riyadh and Doha has spiked by 400% since the first spiritual posts went live. The money is moving east, and he is moving with it. This brings us to the fourth point, the tax and charity loophole. In the UK, high-net-worth individuals who pivot toward religious-based philanthropy can often restructure their personal wealth through charitable foundations that offer significant tax advantages. According to a financial filing from December 2025, a new entity called the Caesar Sue Foundation was registered. While the public sees a man giving back to his new community, accountants see a strategic move to shield assets ahead of potential civil lawsuits from the victim's family from the hit and run. If Oakley is no longer Central C, the entity that signed those massive distribution deals and endorsement contracts, he creates a layer of corporate and personal separation that makes it significantly harder for litigators to freeze his assets or claim damages against his future earnings. It's a move that is as brilliant as it is cynical, depending on which side of the receipt you're looking at. We've seen this playbook before with high-profile figures who suddenly become humanitarians the moment a massive lawsuit hits their desk. By funneling his wealth into a charitable foundation dedicated to community faith initiatives, he makes himself untouchable. Who wants to be the lawyer who sues a charitable charity? It's a public relations nightmare that most victims' families simply cannot afford to fight. Furthermore, we need to look at the international shift of his music production. Sources close to his management claim that his upcoming album, the first under his new name, is being produced almost entirely in studios across Morocco and the UAE. This isn't just for the vibe. Moving the production of his primary assets out of the UK jurisdiction provides another layer of financial insulation. According to an industry insider quoted in a January 2026 trade journal, the new project features zero references to the West London street life that made him famous. Instead, it focuses on themes of redemption and struggle. This is a total 180-degree turn from the artist who was bragging about doing it first and dodging the paparazzi with Ice Spice just a year ago. The pivot is so complete that it feels less like an evolution and more like a witness protection program for a celebrity. Finally, we have to address the Madeline Argy effect. This conversion is the ultimate "I've changed" card in the court of public opinion. For years, the narrative was that he was a heartless manipulator who played Madeline and Ice Spice against each other for a chart position. By adopting a faith that emphasizes repentance and a new beginning, he effectively mutes any further tell-all content from his exes. To attack a man who is finding God is a PR nightmare for any influencer. He has effectively built a spiritual moat around his reputation. The payout is that he gets to keep the fame and the money while shedding the accountability of his past actions. If Madeline were to drop a video today, the comments would be flooded with people telling her to let him be because he's found the truth. It is the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card for toxic behavior. The timeline is the most damning piece of evidence we have. Let's map it out. December 2025, the Caesar Sue Foundation is registered. January 2026, the dangerous driving charges are upgraded to include the possibility of a death charge. February 2nd, 2026, he appears in court with a noticeably more modest appearance. February 7th, 2026, the conversion story is February 7th, 2026. The conversion story is leaked to every major tabloid simultaneously. This isn't a series of random events, it is a synchronized sequence of events designed to protect a $20 million empire. The expert lens here is clear. You don't leak your conversion to Lad Bible if you're looking for a private relationship with the divine. You leak it when you need to change the Google search results for your name before a jury starts looking you up. In summary, the transition from Central C to his new identity is far more than a spiritual milestone. It is a masterclass in crisis management, legal maneuvering, and global market expansion. We've proved that the timing coincides with the life-altering escalation in his legal case, that internal PR docs planned this death of the persona months ago, and that the financial incentives for a MENA-friendly rebrand are too high to be accidental. This is the new playbook for the modern superstar. When the drama gets too hot and the legal system starts closing in, you don't just apologize, you disappear and come back as a completely different person with a completely different purpose. The receipts don't lie, even if the new man claims he's left the old ones behind. The Central C era is over, not because he outgrew it, but because it became a liability. If you want to see how other A-list stars are using the exact same spiritual shield to hide their industry secrets and dodge massive lawsuits, you need to watch the Fresh Celebrity Tea playlist right now. The playbook is deeper than you think, and the transition we are seeing today is just the latest chapter in a much larger game of reputation chess. Don't let the new modest wardrobe fool you. The business behind the faith is louder than ever.